Okay, so I'm doing this little section now, which is probably the least organized. Well, the top is organized, but the bottom part, not so much. This is one of my favorite little stations when I am getting ready to do one of my journals. This is all of my, well, not all of my, but these are my sewing, and I've got one missing because I'm sewing something right now. Little pair of scissors. You always need a little pair of scissors at every station. And but all of these are good for sewing journals or being tops of tags. You know, I just picked this up at Christmas time. I love it. And I picked that up at Christmas time too. Just regular old twine, so I'm really tickled with that. It was $3.49. Is it going to focus? For 180 yards. $3.50 for 180 yards. Okay, these come out of anything that they're trying to stay square in the box, and these are super strong. And I got 2 of them out of the trash. I get my husband to cut them down, so when I'm doing little journals, see the little holes in there, I set my pages up in there and I poke my holes for my journals. And I have a longer one. Again, it's not in here because these are some templates that I've had, so I kind of keep all my templates here. This was last year's little journal that I made, but I just kind of keep all of those right in here, all of those right in there. Other 2, these are all my bigger twines or my sewing. This has my needle threader, my thimbles, that kind of thing. One of my needles is right there. These are my variegated ribbons, variegated threads. This is a thing you put around your neck, and you've got a strawberry for your needles and a pair of scissors. My grandmother had that. This is paper piercer from Stampin' Up. So I have that in here. I have, these are wonderful things. They are needle grippers. And if you can't get it out of a journal, if you've ever been pulling and pulling and pulling, get this on there, bam, you pull it right through. Needle threader and my beeswax, and I run my threads through there, so they're always waxed up. And so this is my little station that I have for sewing my journals. This is for when I need some clips, and then these again are some bigger pieces that are just, this is actually a suede rayon for putting on the tags. Here is a clear tray, and I use it for my all my stencils. And what stencils don't fit on there come right over here. Got some super big ones. This is some graph paper, some really tiny graph paper. Here is all of my tools for my Cricut, which is up underneath this little rack that holds up all of my twines and stuff. And then here is all of my Cricut mats and vinyl and everything. It's all right here. So that is all there. This is, I take my parents to doctor's visits and physical therapy. My dad's gotten some speech therapy right now, and this is a bag. It's one of those Tim Holtz bags, and I have my watercolor pencils and aqua pens, and see if I can find one, show you what I do. I just have fun, and I do, and then I will make cards out of these. And, you know, I have some that are stamped. I've just started doing that one. But, you know, I just have fun. Just have fun with it. So that's watercolor. But there's my Explore Air Cricut. Then down here, let me see, I'm pulling my chair around. Okay, this right here is a bunch of stuff I still need to go through. Things that I had in the past when I was teaching classes and things like that, that I just don't know if I want to keep or not. And I just haven't gotten through them yet. These are the books and the magazines that I chose to keep. I said, you know, I get everything else in here that I needed to go in here, and then whatever else was left, I could put books and magazines. I don't go through them very often, so I figured, what the heck. So, this is another workbook that I had for giving classes, and that just wouldn't fit up here, so I do have a little bit of space extra. Lots of 12 by 12 sheets of that We Are Memory Keeper albums made easy. So I got a bunch of that stuff. These are just some different pads that are ledger pads, piece of cork, tracing paper. And then this is empty, but it's one of those zip-up bags, but it has a piece of thick cardboard in there. So if there's ever anything I want to transport and I don't want it to bend, that's where I put it. And then back over here, I have all these empty plastic cases for if I'm going to do a little project or something and I want to keep it all together. Now, over here, I have envelopes. Cards and envelope containers. Back behind there, I have Halloween, a box of Halloween stuff, my X-Acto knives right there. This is some large paper, and I don't know who this is. But it is like some large scrapbook paper. And so I put it here because I don't want it to get damaged. These were some Christmas tags that I finished up with some old Christmas. So with all of the Christmas that I did this year, I made a bunch of tags just to use up my scraps. So got those. I'll put those in for next year. Down here is, these are all unfinished card from classes that I used to do. So, you know, packs of card, you know, with all of the little pieces and parts, and then you can make them. And I slowly but surely will get through and make all of them, or give them to somebody. These are some writing papers that, oh, excuse me, some writing papers that I just not really sure where to put them yet, in, you know, doing all this move and consolidating. This is, and I have thinned this down, holy Hannah, I'd say from here back is all envelopes. Just all different sizes, shapes, that kind of thing. Actually, all these are envelopes too. Here are a bunch of different cards that I have, you know, those cards that my mom had, and I have just cut the fronts of them off if I was interested in keeping them for anything, and I am just have them here to you know, eventually, hopefully, go through and use more and more and more of them. Journal making, probably more than likely anything else. I have an old McCall's book here that I couldn't fit over here. It was just a little too big and I didn't want it to get damaged, so I brought it down here. And that's it for that. Our family friend gave me her old computer, and I'm going to set it up so I have it sitting here with my Cricut all the time. So I was really excited about that. Oh, sorry, that sneeze really got me going. Back here, behind all of this, this is little pieces of chipboard that I can see myself doing something with, and so I didn't want to throw them away. So they're not like too tiny to do anything with. It could be a spine or a smaller book, or even like these would make, yeah, sorry, you got to be able to see them. If I want to wrap something around something, you know. So sometimes you need that stuff. My iron, obviously that is my, yeah, pencil sharpener. These are the cards that I've been making in my Altered Club that I've been doing. And that gets us back around to my desk area. Now this actually stays, sorry, I've got my other computer that I'm going to move back over here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is where I sit, and these are all of my scrap papers, and I try and, they're not really in color order. I need to try and put them back in color order, or, you know, something kind of close. But I try and keep them like no really smaller than card front. If it's a larger piece that I think I might use for something, I'll put back here. These are a few ideas and tidbits that I've done some things on for my next journal. If I think I'll use it, I stick it in here. Just tidbits here. I'll pull this up. You know, everybody's got to have a little basket for tidbits, for stuff that you just don't want to throw away. This is all of my eyelets and brads, and all of the little things that go along with brads. You know, that makes the slide catches and things like that. So that's what the, and I've also got grommets in here as well. This is, bring this over here underneath the light. This is my scrap, little teeny pieces of ribbon, lace. If I'm kind of stuck and don't know what to do, can't think of something, I will grab a bunch of these things and just, you know, lay it down on my project and what do you think about this? What do I think about this? And I've got little bits of material. Got some laces, doily, you know, little bits of stuff. I don't know why that's in there. I have to put that somewhere else. This is a small container of, again, those little things that I took time to make, cut out, little banners and stuff, and there's like something that's super cool, like it's got a flower, a beautiful flower, or a bird or something, but I didn't use it, and it's tiny. I put it in there because I can use it. I can use it, people. Oh, okay. So, and I think everybody has seen this, where I do my stamps. Yeah, I think you all saw this at my my first one. So I have 3 boxes of stamps. One I keep right here, and that's my most used stamps, which is pretty much what I think of as my journal stamp box. And then the other 2 are right here, my verbiage stamps and my card stamps. And then of course there's my wood stamps there. And I just have been trying to work through and get all of them on just this little Rolodex thing. I figured, you know, if I am looking for, like, this is a corner stamp. Do you think I would remember that I had that? However, since I have stamped this on here, I have used it, you know, I've used it a couple times. I've actually gone and pulled it out and used it. So, you know, this is really helpful. And look how beautiful that crown is. So, you know, I think everybody should have something for sure that lets them know, reminds them what they've got, because I know we've all got more stuff than we could possibly remember. So, I don't know. I have to. Anyway, okay. So, now, these drawers are super fun. Again, I am very color organized. And it's the only way that really works for me. If I'm working with something and I say, you know, I think if I had like something yellow, maybe that would make it. Well, this isn't all yellow, all my yellow stuff, but this is all pieces and parts, or like I got this at a garage sale. Never seen bias tape like that. And then I have this cute little trim, and I've got, you know, I've got a few eyelets and lace and cloth washi tape kind of stuff, you know. So that is what these drawers are. I've got twines, and this is even a paper thing that I did that I liked it enough that I didn't want to throw it away. But you know, so there's reds, pinks and purples. I've got velvet in here, and greens, rickrack, blues, black and brown and cream and gray kind of all go in there. And then, whoop, there we go. This is my white one. Whites and creams. I said cream down there, but not. Cream is here. Tans. Yeah. This is, come on. This is golds and silvers, which I don't have a huge amount of. And then just kind of some odd things. Like this is a bunch of hair, and this is fun fur. And then down here is flowers. All my silk flowers, paper flowers, you know, these little things, the little stamens, all those kind of things are in there. Whoops. Trash cans. Don't you love them? And then this here, I've got my hot, this is plugged in. Got my ATG gun with my fuse tool, which is not plugged in. But I've got all my little things. I'm going to start using that. I've been playing with it a little bit. I think I'm ready. These are my Rear Memory Keeper corner chompers, and then some, I've got a 1/8 inch, which hole puncher, and that's the 1/8 inch, and this one is this is the 1/8 inch, and this is the 1/16 inch. So I've got those, hot glue gun with all of my glue sticks and my rubber mat, my heat mat. Then I keep this here all the time, but different things go in it. It's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 stalls per se, and this is the project I'm working on now. Now this little cutter stays in here all the time, and my little scoreboard, the score pal, whatever you call that little one. And then this little bucket here stays under here. But again, this is all full right now from the project that I'm working on. And then I have a little basket here for overflow things, and a little. I've done a lot of die cutting and stuff for the project. My little round wheelie bar. I've got all of my. Make sure I'm looking at what you're looking at. All of my tweezers, snips, scissors, brushes, pencils, some glue, and my little water mister, my masking fluid for the ends of my ribbons. You know, I got lighters, and this is repositional for when I need that. Got my tools, you know, all these little goodies. My pokey tool, and then this is all the little cutters, and back around. This is my awl for poking in my books. My 1-inch Post-it. I love this stuff. Bigger scissors that I use for material, ribbon. I don't use on paper. These I don't use on paper. My little ruler. This is a regular hole puncher, so it makes a regular, regular size hole. I use those on my, my tags all the time. A glue stick, another pokey tool, my little mini stapler, my T-ruler, metal ruler, Tim Holtz ruler, and some random brushes that I use for glue. Put my glues back up here. And then over here is where I keep my other tools. I have, my scoreboard, cutter. This is my Fiskars for my rotary for chipboard. The extra piece that I have for that. My Tim Holtz stamper. I love that. For if I'm doing some hand stamping, I've got that. I've got my, this is Stampin' Up! Puts this grid paper out, and I love it. Especially when I'm trying to figure out my projects and stuff and what I'm going to be doing, because I love to write on the grid paper and make notes and stuff like that. And then these are my clubs that I belong to and what's coming up, what I need to make for them. And up above here is like the most fun part of the room. So I have all my sprays, and I keep coffee spray here all the time, but I have all of my sprays, all of my Distress stain. This is Embosser Dabber and my black Dauber. That's really the only two daubers type things that I, other than the stain. Back in the back there are re-inkers of all different kinds for, like, regular inks, Versamarks, There are also some alcohol inks in there. I don't own a ton of them, but what I do have, I have like a red and a blue and a yellow and a green. So I have enough to kind of make, do some fun things with. These are Tim Holtz reinkers. Oh, wait a minute. This little basket back here is all alcohol ink. These are all my reinkers. My Tim Holtz reinkers, my embossing Versamark, Stays On, Unicorn White, Hero Arts Unicorn White stuff, all of that. This is Stickles, Liquid Pearls, stuff like that. These are, I tried to do all of, once the Inchy, inks came out, that's all I bought. I didn't buy the big ones anymore. And I got my dewdrops. And back here I have all of my little finger daubers. I do have my archival ink sepia. I love sepia, so especially in my journals I use this a lot. So I got the big one. And I have a reinker for this. And then these are alcohol ink, the felt squared ones. Then down here is all of Tim Holtz inks that I owned. All these black ones are the Tim Holtz ones that I owned before the little ones came out. I have not replaced these with the little ones because I can't do that. Once they go dry, maybe, but that would just kill me. Anyway, then I did get for Christmas one set. I think this is set number 2 of the oxide ink. So this is all very vibrant stuff. I probably would have liked set number 1 because that's got kind of all the basic ones in them. But it does have like the antique linen, but the rest of it, and the wild honey's nice, but the rest of it is very, very dark, bright, wowy colors. I did get myself a vintage photo one. Then I've got a bunch of little Stays On ones, some metallic, and then these are just my basic blacks and Versamarks and my white ink, that kind of thing. Here is foam and felt squares replacements, round and rectangular ones, and then those are dirty ones, used ones I should say. See, like that's green. I'll use that on all the greens. Doesn't matter to me, so I don't have one for every color, but I've got round and the older rectangular ones. Here I have my Wink Estella. I just have white and gold clear. I've got two-way glue. I've got some for hot applications with my glue guns because I have burnt the tar out of my fingers before. My girlfriend got me that. This is diamond glaze and quickie glue, pens. These are fingernail files that I use for all different kinds of stuff. I love it. My Xyron aqua marker. This is a real fat wide one. This is a thumb notch that I use quite a bit, so I just leave it out. My distress tool. It's the red one. All the new stuff coming out, it's all black. This is the Handmade by Me, and I kind of keep that in this little section here too. I've got some tweezers for hot, and then those are the little things that go around your finger. This is a squeegee hard. It's hard. That goes in there. It's my eraser. Some other erasers. I've got one of those sand and rubber erasers, and then just some really good artist erasers. Some glass cleaner. My Art Nouveau Art Nouveau. My Nouveau Crystal Drops. This is the, where's the color on there? Crystal Drops Mountain Dew. This is the clear one. And you put any kind of alcohol ink over them, and you'll change them whatever color you want. So if you got Copics, you get this color, you're good to go. And then I've got my powder box thingy, Velcro mini dots. This is my clear Wow. Tape, my mouse. And then this is just a bunch of, I've got to make notes, post-it notes, index cards. These are the full adhesive post-its, which I do for masking. Got some rhinestones and some pearls. Got Stampin' Dimensionals from Stampin' Up. These are ATC cards, which I was doing for my one of my altered clubs. More of the dimensionals. The black 3D foam squares, which I love them being black. And then back here is some more of these things that I stamp on watercolor paper so that I'm ready to put those into my watercolor. Like I do sometimes with my Prismacolor pencils. Just really cute stuff. So I've got a bunch of cards there. This is what I'm using. I've got a bunch of these little stickers. That's what I'm using while I'm organizing my stamps. And then just, this is a letter that I got from a very, very nice lady with some goodies inside. Hi, Anne. And I leave that there because I try and use those goodies up that she sent me. Some Sizzix paper. Here's some more things that I've colored, and then there's those reinforcements, and then some more of those white labels. So that's on the top there. There's my trash can and my water, and then this is a little rag I try and keep for my fingers. And these are old rags for your glasses, but they work great for just about anything. Let's see, I'm going on 32. Let me rush this through. Try and get this done. This is just scissors, or tools that I go to a lot, which is basically scissors. Fiskars tools. You can see what's in there. Wobblers are in here. Things to make window cards. Ziploc baggies, photo mounts, of course my envelope punch board, which I love, rags. I'm sorry, it's getting, there's stuff on my fuse tool, information. This is pretty much if I need to keep it just to make sure I'm using it right, still playing with it. And then those